Hi, friends. Hello, hello. Hi, friends. How are you? This is Marina Shepelsky. Hello. Welcome to my live. I do this every Wednesday, Eastern Standard Time at 11 o'clock, running a tiny bit late today. But still, I'm here with you. We're going to talk about immigration news, and I can answer your questions about U.S. immigration law. Oh my God, I just went live in the wrong account. Guys, in my personal account, please join the Shepelsky attorney account for the live. I'm going to log out of here. Find me on Shepelsky.attorney. Okay. Just going to log into my Instagram. Oh my goodness. I forgot to switch to my work account because I have a work account and I also have a personal account. So my work account where I talk about immigration law is Shepelsky.attorney for Instagram, that is. On YouTube and Facebook, you guys are watching me. You're fine. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Hi to Instagram. Hello. This is Marina Shepelsky. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join. Drop me in the comments while I'm just warming up here. Where are you watching me from? I would love to know where you are, where you're watching me from. And then you can also ask as a separate comment your question and say hello to me, of course, because I will say hello to you. Okay, a lot happening in the last couple of weeks. Some things maybe you heard before, so I'll kind of just review with you. The big news is the 5-year work permit, of course, the 5-year work permit for people who are filing in the long pending categories like asylum pending, approved asylum, people with green card applications pending, like people asking for VAWA or family petitions, and some other legal categories where, TPS probably, no, not TPS is for 18 months, um, like deferred action, actually. Anyway, for the long statuses and long pending categories, they will be giving out 5-year work permits. So that's really awesome, and I look forward to that. Some people are starting to comment. Thank you so much on Instagram. I'm going to log in so I can see your comments. Gio Copaliani says, I'm Queen of Immigration. Hello, Queen of Immigration. Thank you so much. I'm actually not Queen, but maybe one day I will be. I'm getting there. When I said, oh, one day when I'm in practice for even more years, because right now I'm only in practice for like 21 years. So maybe a little more years, I will be the queen. I still know people who've been practicing longer than me. Okay, so let's talk about some people who are saying hello. Hi from Anthony on YouTube. Amy Al says hi Marina. Hello from Mansoor. Hi from Tursow. Van Zel, very cool picture and name. Anthony is watching from Asheville, North Carolina. Amazing. Thank you for watching. Marcella MM is watching and she says hello and thank you for your lives. Tercia is in New York. Tercia is in New York. That's really cool. I'm in New Jersey right now, but my office is in New York. We have a great group of attorneys, and we're actually adding one more attorney to our group right now to do consultations because we want to have more of you guys. You guys have questions, and you deserve people who have the time, and you don't have to wait for me. Amy has a question. I will get to you in a minute. I do divorces. Okay, I'll answer this. Amy, I do divorces in New York and New Jersey. I personally handle them, but also there's another, my partner, Colleen, in the office. She does divorces as well. So it's both of us who work on divorces and immigration, actually. And we have some other lawyers in the office as well, but divorce is usually myself and Colleen who handle. If you have a personalized question, and you have a really complicated situation, please call our office to schedule a consultation. If you'd like, you can also text us. The number is below. You can also go to our website, fill out the contact information. We will immediately get your phone number and email and set up a consultation for you. We work only through consultations and they're paid. They're not free, but we have a full discount program right now. So we discounted our consultation because we listened to you guys and you've been complaining that they are very expensive. So for the fall, we've dropped the fee. So it's more accessible for everyone to ask our opinions about your case. Nothing I say in these lives is meant as, of course, as legal advice. Personally, you, it's all for entertainment and educational purposes about U.S. immigration law. Okay, what else is new in the world of immigration? Um, um, People are starting to ask me if people from Gaza and Israel can ask for asylum. I'm probably going to say yes for now, just because you can argue both ways on both sides that the government of your country cannot protect you from being attacked for your nationality and ethnic group and religion. For now, I think it's possible to file for asylum from Israel or Gaza. But it's going to be an uphill battle because it's so new. We haven't decided as a country, as a federal legal system, what to do with people like that. For example, for Ukraine, they did TPS, right? They did Uniting for Ukraine parole program. I think they will start with paroling people. I think at the minimal right now, if you have relatives from Israel or Gaza and they have a way to get to Mexico, that if you apply through the CBP1 app on the phone, on the smartphone, the minimum you'll get is 1 year parole for sure. And then once you're inside US, maybe you can figure out how to apply for asylum. Like we are here, we'll be happy to help you apply for asylum. What else is new? Biden is building the wall that Trump started, of course. The administration has also started again to deport people to Venezuela. We're all talking about the lawyers, the immigration lawyers in our groups. We're all talking about this new memo that came out from Department of Homeland Security in late September. It just came out literally like 2 weeks ago, saying that the judges will now be asking in every single case the government ICE attorneys to please tell them if they shouldn't dismiss cases on the calendar that have been here for a while before 2020, that have US green card or citizen relatives. So they're not really uh, what they call enforcement priorities, like they're not really a high priority for deporting them and trying to close out and dismiss a lot of deportation cases because there's just no resources for everyone. There's just not enough for everyone, guys, basically. So, yes, they will start doing that. Um, Sorry about that for Instagram people. I had to do not disturb. Sorry about that. We're back. So yeah, you will start to see that certain cases will get dismissed and they might or might not even ask you. The government attorney in your master calendar hearing or your individual hearing will just say they don't want to deal with you and your lawyer will have to fight them if you want your case on the court calendar to keep it in court because you want to have your asylum case continued. Maybe you can reach a deal with them if you don't want it in court anymore, but you do still want your asylum case opened and not dismissed to keep it administratively closed, which means paused, not completely finished, but paused. So you'll have to have a good conversation with your lawyer, and we're happy to take your case if you don't have the kind of lawyer that you trust in your immigration proceedings. This is the time where it's early. It's really important to have a good relationship and trust your attorney and have a real honest conversation with them about your chances of winning if you stay in court. If you don't have much chances, for many people, it's a good thing to have your deportation case dismissed, terminated. But remember, your asylum case will be closed, and if you don't get a work permit before it's closed, you're completely screwed because then your work permit will be done and expired, and that's that. So you need to think about the future of your case because things are changing very quickly, and they're going to change like right now. We're not saying it's going to happen soon. It started from October 16th. Today's the 18th. So 2 days already, this new rule is in place, and people who have their asylum cases closed already, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Because I get these questions all the time. You had your case terminated or dismissed, and you don't understand what happened. Is your work permit still good? Do you still have an asylum case? This week as well, the instructions came out for people who've had their case dismissed or terminated. If you still want asylum, you have to file a new application, referencing, of course, your old application, including your court dismissal in there, and we go from there. So we'll see what happens in new era in immigration courts, where now the immigration judge will ask every single time, do we want to dismiss this case? Now that you have to beg them, like before, under Trump, we had to stand on our knees and beg the government to please agree with us to dismiss this case. And even then, they were told by Trump, just, no dismissing. Everybody gets deported, no pausing. Deport, deport, deport. Now the judges have to say, no, first of all, I want to dismiss this case. Tell me otherwise. You see what I'm saying? It's a shift in the burden here. It's a shift in how they're seeing it. So that's really interesting. We'll see how this plays out. Shanique Lauren says, good morning. Good morning to you, Shanique. I wonder where you're watching me from. Um, I'm almost done with just saying good morning and talking about the news here, and I will get to your questions in like about a minute or two. One more thing, of course, is that remember certain categories will now get their work permits very quickly, sped up, and to reduce processing times, Department of Homeland Security, work permits only is talking about getting the permits out for people who used the CBP-1 app and came from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Ukraine. Um, and those people will be rewarded by getting a very fast 30-day processing work authorization. So we'll see how this starts to be, in process. Let me see if USCIS didn't do anything this morning. Every morning, something new, so I have to check. I haven't yet checked USCIS specifically direct. No, I don't see anything new this morning. So USCIS reached the H-2B cap for the first half of the financial year 2024, and we spoke about the new asylum application instructions for people who already had their immigration court case dismissed or terminated. So we talked about that. I'm going to make a video today, and I don't know, probably later this week we will post about what is PD, prosecutorial discretion, what is dismissal, what is termination, the new system where the judges will be asking the government attorneys to see if they can dismiss every single case. So we'll see. I will make a video about this and give you my thoughts, but that's going to be later this week. Hopefully this video will go. Okay, so I'm gonna start answering questions from Instagram and then right away YouTube and Facebook. Harish Kumar says my H-1B was refused under the 212 ACI here in India. Is there any way I can get back to USA ASAP without the waiver process because I have an emergency from my employer's harassment? Please let me know. Hard to say. I'm gonna say probably no. I don't think there's a way to get in. Yes, there is a waiver process, but you really have to show like it's not so much an emergency from the employer harassment. It's more like why you need to be in the US, like that kind of emergency. But again, this is not legal advice. If you want to call and discuss in detail, we can try. There is a non-immigrant waiver available. We can try to do that, but we might want to talk to you more about the circumstances of the hardship. Amit Sharma says, "Hi, I'm in the U.S. on a tourist visa, B1, B2. What would be a best way to change the status?" It depends where you're from. There's asylum if you're afraid to go back. There's work visas. Those are really hard to get right now. And there's employment green cards, a long wait right now. So you could maybe switch to like a student visa, so you have status, and file for something else. Okay, somebody's asking me in Ukrainian if I work with you for you changing to TPS to a work visa and then a green card. Yes, we do. Please call us. We can go over your situation. Um, M. Polido 08 says my husband applied for asylum 2 years ago, still waiting for the interview. We have a child with autism in special education classes. How long does this process take? He already got his work permit. So 2 years ago, you applied for asylum. You have a special needs child, and this process, um, and Polito 08, this process might take a few years. I don't know how many right now. Nobody's telling us the processing time. So I can't really tell you, unfortunately. Um, all right. Uh, One moment. Okay. So let's see some questions from YouTube finally. Islam for Kids, great name. Hi Marina, thank you for doing this live. I got my 5 years work permit approved on asylum, and my case is somebody has a 5 year asylum based work authorization already. That's amazing. My case is in court now, and if my case is dismissed and waiting for VAWA approval, can I still work? Yes, I will talk about this in my video today, but absolutely, you have your 5 year work permit, you're fine to work, you're in good shape, you can use that work permit while you're waiting for VAWA and work, you're in good shape to get your immigration court dismissed. You're a good candidate for PG dismissal. AK Baba says, "Hi Marina, I want to file my asylum through your firm. How much do you charge? Is it an installment? Send me your firm address, please." Okay, so Baba, AK Baba, check out our website, shepelskylaw.com. I put it in the comments. But basically, it's my last name, law.com, shepelskylaw.com. It's also on the bottom of the screen. That has all our contact information. We're at 2415, that's 2415 Avenue U, like umbrella, Brooklyn, New York, 11229, tonight in New York. That's our address. We charge usually around 200 for a consultation. We start with the consultation. We figure out what kind of an asylum case you have, if we need to do other things. So pricing is not like set in stone, so we'd have to figure out what exactly personally to do the price will be. And we go from there. We usually start with, some kind of like $4,000 payment for big cases like this, and the rest goes on an installment plan of 1,000 per month. But we can be flexible, even with the retainer. So give us a call. We can start there. Kursun Dodoshi says, "How long for a green card after VAWA is approved? Case was transferred to NBC. Medical applied 2 months ago." Um, After the VAWA is approved, for some people, it only takes like 9 months. For some people, it might take 2 or even 3 years. I cannot tell you exactly. We've had clients who are lucky and got their case approved after VAWA approval for the green card very quickly, 5, 6 months, 9 months. And some people are waiting for like 2, 3 years. We've had them write to the congressman. Just this morning, I was reading the congressman replied to her and said that even though she started the whole case back in like 2017, then we did VAWA, I think 2019, that's approved already. She's just waiting for a green card. This is considered normal processing time. She's waiting 2 years already. And they don't think that she's in anything unusual of a circumstance. I said to her, let's file the writ of mandamus. It's a special federal type lawsuit in federal court against them for waiting so long. This is ridiculous. This is way too long. Okay. Um, and Manish says, hi, madam. I got my work permit and travel documents last month. In my VAWA case, my spouse and me separated. She's not supporting me. How can I take divorce now? And any RFA coming soon to me? I have no idea. Okay, let's break this down. I would love to help you with a divorce in New York or New Jersey. So if you're not from New York or New Jersey, sadly, you're going to have to call a lawyer in your state and they will help you with your divorce. For my VAWA cases, I always do divorces based on the abuse because it helps your VAWA case when you show you filed in court based on abuse too. In New York, it's called cruel and inhuman treatment as the reason, as the grounds for divorce. Whether you're going to get an RFE, I have no idea because I haven't seen your case. So, I don't know how to help. Uh, Way to Jana says, hi, Marina. My name is Sadik. Can you please tell me what is the section 240L? Let's look this up. 240L. And I will tell you what it is. I see 204L. I don't know what 240L is. 204L is surviving relative, like it's like a humanitarian substitution of a relative. So that means that if you have a family petition for you and the petitioner died, then there are ways to legalize. Okay, that's what that means. 204L. If you have a specific situation, it'll be best if you call us for consultation. Mansoor says, can I ask for asylum as soon as I enter the US? I'm an F1 student. Absolutely. Yes, you can. And this continues. How long does it take until I get approved or for denied? Years right now. Many years is going to take. Farah Khan says, good morning, Marina. Hope you're doing well. My prima facie paper is expiring from VAWA case. Should I fill out any forms to extend it? For our cases, the day after your prima facie expires, we send an email to the VAWA hotline asking to extend it. Marcella says, I'm curious if the immigration cases will be delayed in case the government shuts down. And hello from Colorado. Hi. It Look, in my experience, it will slow down like a tiny bit, a little bit. But the thing is that USCIS is not dependent on the government budget. They're completely self-supporting using the money you pay for government fees, for application fees. Like if you paid for your I-485, if you pay 400, that's the money they use. There will be no slowdown, really, none. Um, Rizwan wants to know what is the time frame for U visas? 60 months. I looked it up the other day, like yesterday. 60 months. So if you divide that into 12, that's 5 years for U visa, and it takes 3 years from the day you file to get the bona fide determination that allows you to have the work permit. Shanique says, what do I do if I file an I-130 family relative petition for my child and the father is withholding the passport to stop the child from traveling? That is a family court matter. You have to file with family court. for the father violating your custody arrangement, whatever you have going on, and demanding that the court give you a court order that you can travel with your child. He has to turn over the passport, but probably they will set up some restrictions on that. How long can you leave with the child for, and so on. It's for family in your country. Hi, ma'am, says Ihsan. Hello. Leonid in Russian, but he writes in English, says, I have a pending asylum. Is it possible to marry a US citizen if it gets terminated and dismissed in my court case? I have a 94, came through Mexico. If you have parole and you marry a US citizen, it will be possible to terminate your immigration court removal proceeding and get your green card through the marriage. I think so. And I'll be happy to do this for you. Shanique says she's from Atlanta, or he. I guess it's a she. Thank you. Islam says hi. Maybe the time frame we talked about. Okay. Islam for Kids says, can you please tell me I have a 5-year work permit approved and my case is in court, filed a motion to terminate. Can I still work? Yes, I am to the yes. If your case is terminated, absolutely you can work on your EAD until it's done, expires. Lorraine says, good morning. How long does it take to do a 212 waiver to process as a USCIS? My husband, I'm a citizen. Like 3 to 3.5 years. Lucky Corporation says, will filing bankruptcy Chapter 7 affect pending RAWA? It might not affect it per se, but I think it's considered not the best moral character for the green card. But I think if you disclose it, like if you're honest and you let them know about this, and you somehow can tie this bankruptcy to the abuse you suffered, then you're in good shape. I think it will be okay. Thank you so much. Says Islam for Kids. One last from here, then I'm going to switch to Instagram, then come back here again. Demetrius says, why is it so important for I-751 if you file it by yourself to get divorced in order to get a green card? Because the waiver category, it says married in good faith and divorced, meaning the divorce has to be final if you're filing for yourself and asking for a waiver of the usual rule that both spouses file. So you have to show the marriage ended, and then that's how they set it up, and then you can get the benefit of the waiver. So the divorce not just has to be filed, but final. Okay, Instagram question. Thank you for my reply. Okay, Chase Wilt says, good morning, ma'am, joining from Texas. Hello. Hello, Texas. Please, any update on immigration court? My individual hearing case is still pending since 2021. The next court date is in 2025 in January. Any updates? So I know that's a long time to wait. There's no general update. But if you have an emergency, your lawyer can make a motion to advance, meaning a motion to move your court date up closer, like a more like a more closer time, in the near future, not in the far future. I don't know why I'm using so many words. To bump up your court date, a motion to advance, but you need proof of some emergency. Why you can't wait that long? For example, some people have little kids back home. They cannot wait to be reunited with kids and stuff like that. Harpreet Singh says, I applied for work permit on July 24th, hasn't come yet. How long is the processing time, long-term effect of work permit? So the good news is you will get the work permit now for 5 years, Harpreet. The bad news is some places the waiting time is like 4 months. It depends on which benefit center, which USCIS processing center has your case, right? So if it's like Texas, it's a long one. It could be up to 18 months. So I don't know exactly how long it will take. It depends who has the case, who has your I-765, who's processing it. Harish Kumar says, if I applied for a waiver and got approved after I came to US, am I eligible for green card process? Yes, yes you are. Saeed Badshah says, my case is F2B for unmarried sons and daughters of US citizens. I've been waiting for my appointment for a visa since 2021 in Pakistan. How long will it take to get the appointment date? Okay, so F2B current visa Rosen. I don't know when you filed because you said you've been waiting since 2021. But is that when you filed your I-130 or when they told you you're ready to be scheduled for a visa interview? F2B for I-130s, they're working on people who filed for their kids on 22nd of September 2015. So first, you have to wait for the visa to be available. Then they're going to collect, National Visa Center will collect all your paperwork, and only then you're eligible to schedule the appointment. I hope that helps. I don't know all the details. Harish Kumar says thank you. Thank you. Okay, back to my friends on YouTube and Facebook. Um, Mansoor says, if I'm an asylum seeker in the US and my case is still pending, not approved yet, can I travel outside the US to a safe country and come back? Or can I request my wife and kids to come to USA? Unfortunately, no to both questions. The pending asylum status does not give you a right to travel while you're waiting. And you cannot do like an invitation to your wife and kids. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. I've seen people get an advance parole when their asylum was pending, when somebody is in a hospital in another country, when somebody's dying for a funeral, somebody's super, super sick, like a life or death emergency. Yes, they've gotten it, but generally it's very difficult and they will deny your advance parole request. Same for asking your spouse and kids to visit. Um, Oh, Shanique says about her child that he lives in the US with her undocumented and he's in the father is so the father is in the US undocumented, but the child is in the Caribbean. So the father, from what I know, doesn't have he won't give you the passport. Yeah, I would file you in Atlanta, right? I would file in the family court in Atlanta and see if they will help even though the kid is not in the Caribbean, and I don't know, they might say there's no jurisdiction, you might need to file two cases. You might have to file here in Atlanta in the family court and in the Caribbean in the country. Talat says, hi, I applied for my brother. He's from Pakistan. How long will it take? Brother, US citizen, is taking 16 years because right now they're working on giving visas to people who filed for a brother or sister on 22nd of April in the year 2007. 16 years if you're not from India. If you're from India, it's 2 years more, 18 years. If you're from Mexico, it's 23 years. Unbelievable. And Philippines, 21 years. So if you're not from Mexico, it's 16 years. If you're from Mexico, it's more. All right. Oh, he's saying, Talat says he filed for his brother in 2020. So 2020, they're working on, what did I just say right now? 2007. So 13 years more. 13 more years. Really sad how long it takes. Lucky Corporation says, I received a request for evidence 24 months ago for my VAWA case. I responded within 15 days. It was just for a police clearance. A good moral character for VAWA, we need to give a police clearance. When I checked the case status online, it's still showing that RFU was sent. Why is it not updated? Very good question. They just don't do their job. It's probably is that they received your reply to request for evidence. Uh, just in case, have your lawyer email the hotline with a copy of your reply saying, hey, you guys haven't changed the online status. We're worried that you lost the reply to RFE. Here's a copy. What's going on? Let us know. That might help. Mansoor says if I'm an asylum seeker and my case is still pending, okay, I answered this already. Um, Oh, Lucky says my VAWA is still pending. It's been 30 months since I filed. I took divorce last year. Can I marry other girls from different countries while my VAWA is in process? No, absolutely not. Do not marry until your VAWA is approved, and then you get a green card. I would even wait for you to get the green card for VAWA, which is going to take longer than the VAWA approval itself. Uh, Coma Reggie says, hello, you said in some states it takes longer for EAD, 5 years. What about New York? It's not about the state you live in. It's about, okay, I'm going to share my screen and you will understand. Okay, so let's do this. I go to USCIS and I go to processing times. Right, so I pull up the web page for USCIS processing times and work permit form. I pull down from the menu because I want to know how long it takes to process. Is let's say based on VAWA, or let's say based on asylum, CO8. Pending asylum, CO8. And all service centers right now, it's taking 16 months for people who are waiting asylum. If you're doing it based on VAWA, for example, you got the CO9 usually, CO9, and then it depends if your case went to the California Service Center, National Benefit Center, Nebraska, Texas Service Center, or Vermont Service Center. If you went to California Service Center, it's 6 months. And you can tell when you look at your work permit receipt notice, it's the receipt notice for I-765. The lower left corner will show you which USCIS processing center is working on it. And if it's California, it will take 6 months. If it's National Benefit Center, it's 9 months. This is for people who got the work permit based on family petition or VAWA. Asylum people, if you remember, I showed you before, CO8. First time it's taking, the first application is, it's much quicker. It's actually only 1.5 months. So you can check on your own if you'd like. Okay, hello from Saeed. Okay, somebody who says Babaroga, you're not allowed to get married while waiting for VAWA. Exactly. Don't get married if you're waiting for VAWA or even VAWA-based green card. Just wait. Saeed says, if I'm a citizen of USA, can I bring my brother and sister from Afghanistan? How long does it take? So it takes about 16 years. Okay, Barbaroga says, hi Marina, can I file while I'm waiting for my VAWA case to be approved? I filed last September and I got, that's off here. We'll come back to this. Thank you from Shanique. Talad says it's not dependent period date for California. Hello from Texas. Thank you. I applied for VAWA from Manhattan, any speed up case because of the NYC region. Unfortunately not. VAWA is taking about 34 months right now. And hello to Manhattan in New York. Oh, my Reggie says thank you. Oh my God, my friend Joseph is here. Good morning, my lovely lawyer. Sorry late. You're always on time, Joseph. Thank you for watching. Best mutual friend says, hi, ma'am. How many years for work permit to receive? If you file the green card with your VAWA, so I-485 and I-360 both, CO9 takes about a year for people. Barbaroga, okay, here's the full question. Barbaroga says, "Hi, Marina. I filed for VAWA in September 2022. I still don't have a travel and work permit yet. Am I allowed to work while I'm waiting for employment card? And how do I prove to my employers that I can work?" Uh, if you're going to work for like a company that requires proof of status, you're going to have to wait for your employment card, employment authorization. You should have your work permit soon. If you want to try to expedite, and you file your I-765 and your advance parole together with your VAWA petition, your lawyer can try to expedite it, but you have to show that maybe like you can't start work because you don't have an employment authorization. See if maybe a potential employer will give you a letter saying they won't start until you have the employment authorization, and use that for your reason to expedite for your work. Try that. 16 years for your brother, Syed. He wants to know for his brother how long. 1 6, 16 years. 10 plus 6, 16. Um, Joseph says, I want to know, I wish to know, oh, he wishes to know. Please, whenever you come to Maryland, let me know. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks, ma'am, from Sam. Yasha says, "Hi, Marina. Can you talk about trafficking and T visas?" Oh my God, this is a great question. Yasser, big thank you to you. Let's talk about this. This is one of my favorite things to talk about other than VAWA. So some people think that T visa trafficking is only for those people who were brought across the border to work in US. That's true. I'm not saying that it's not true. But it's not only for them. Now, when you came here, if you were illegal without papers and you worked somewhere, they paid you very little. They put you in bad working conditions, and you were depressed and traumatized by this. We can help you get the T visa. T visa is really great. It will give you status. It will forgive coming in without a visa generally, and then you can get a green card after 3 years. So if you can show you worked somewhere, they underpaid you, put you in bad labor conditions, and you suffered because of this. You go to psychologists and you talk about how you suffered because of this work. We can help you. And for some of my clients who come to me, I even send them to an employment lawyer. And some people, they will sue the employer and get money too, for violations of all kinds of employment laws by employing illegal people and not paying them what they should be paying them. All right. All right. Andrew Lopez says my I-360 says card mail to me after approved. What kind of card? They're talking about employment authorization. So right now, when your VAWA is approved, you look online, the status says card mailed. That means they mailed you the work authorization, employment authorization card that will have the basis for the card, C31 on the right side of the card. That is your category. You're not approved VAWA petitioner. So that's what they're talking about. Sayed says another question, is a humanitarian parole in progress? Yes, the humanitarian parole is in progress. So your brother or whoever has to come to Mexico, download on their phone, on their smartphone, the CBP1 app in Mexico, apply for asylum through the app. Right now, they will get paroled into the United States and a quick work permit too. So right now is a good time, and I've never said that before in the past, but right now is a good time to come to Mexico, apply through the CBP1 app. This is the big if. Don't swim across the river. Don't try to climb over the fence or over the wall. Apply through the CBP1 app, and you will get paroled into the United States and the 30-day work permit once you're in here. So this is a great way for them to reward people who are following the law, applying through the app and following the process. All right, last question from, I have a few questions from Instagram, and we will be wrapping up, guys. Polito says my husband has an asylum pending application. Would he be able to apply for a green card with my 21-year-old son? And I play for the waiver with my autistic child. You could probably apply if your husband came. So your 21-year-old, if they have U.S. citizenship, they can apply for your husband if he came with a visa. If your husband entered with a visa, if not, they will have to apply plus a waiver. Okay, and the waiver would be that he has to be in the U.S. to help the autistic child. I think that you should give us a call. We can do an in-depth consultation and discuss everything. But yeah, it's possible. Uh, Joe Godard, 21, says, my travel document is out of processing times. What should I do? Call them or do the e-inquiry or type with the bot Emma on USCIS.gov. Estelle Dyer says, good morning. I have a question. I applied for asylum in 2013. My interview was in 2019. I was given a green card. Oh, that's great. Is it possible to expedite the 5-year time to get U.S. citizenship? Absolutely not. I'm so sorry. LANA684 says, I have 3 people who want to come to talk to you in your office. Call us and schedule a consultation. We're adding a new attorney to our consultation providing group, and we are really good. You can come to me or one of our lawyers. We're all very good and knowledgeable. Anthony, my long-term viewer. Hi, Anthony Sennett. He says he had his biometric last month, had my I-360 approved. That's amazing. Congratulations. How long will it take to hear back from USCIS for the R1 I-360? About 1 year. You know what? Let me look it up for you. Okay, so processing times. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to do it. Processing times. And you're talking about how long it will take for the I-485 based on employment. And if you were in New York, in Brooklyn, for example, that takes about, 26 months right now. So that depends, Anthony, where you're from. And you can, Anthony, I'm going to post the link in the comments here. So you literally just go to this link, look in the comments. I just posted the link. You literally just go to this link, egov.uscis.gov, processing times, and you go and you drop down I-485, employment based, and choose the place you're from to know exactly how long is the average processing time for your case. Jogador says, is it safe to travel to Europe with travel documents? Yes, it's safe. And as long as it's not expired, they will let you back in with your advanced parole. All right, guys, I think that, I have a couple of more questions on YouTube, and I'm really done this time. Mani Kumar says, good morning, Marina. Good morning. Another question from Baba Roga. One more question. The status for my I-131 changed last April, saying they applied my biometrics for the Validate. How long will it take for the travel permit to be issued? So you filed last April. It's probably going to be 2-3 more months, and you should get your advance parole. Islam says he loves my answers. Thank you, and God bless you for Bamarona. Everyone, thank you, and God bless you for watching. Be safe wherever you are. Let's hope for peace in the world. Let's hope for a great future for our kids. I hope everybody here gets legalized as soon as possible, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.